Hello and welcome to Blobber Checks Out Builders of Greece. It looks like it's trying to position itself as a sort of modern Caesar-like in terms of being an ancient city builder with beautiful orange roofs everywhere, except it's Greek, not Roman. Totally different, right? Totally different. Sure, hint me up, game, why not? Apollo, the eccentric god associated with music, poems, and art. His domain is broad and full of dissonance. It includes healing, diseases, and divination.
The island is already visible on the horizon. Unfortunately, we lost many people and a significant part of our resources to the storm. I'm afraid we'll have to struggle for survival on this land.
The water's somewhat
before we
pretty.
can begin our main task. After all, we set out to turn this place into the cradle of our culture, crowned by a theater so magnificent it would astound even Olympus. I'll assist you in this
checking out this
endeavor
game.
as much as I can, but you must roll up your sleeves and get to work.
But they wear
Dismantle
togas.
the damaged ships.
They don't have
Some
sleeves.
useful materials, but the people are already on the verge of exhaustion.
Hail, Decoy. Welcome,
Despite our
welcome.
limited resources, we must offer them at least a semblance of civilization. Don't delay. Choose a location where the Agora, the heart of this colony, will be constructed. It will serve as our starting point for claiming this untouched island. So make sure that we have easy access to all nearby resources. In the archives, you can seek guidance.
I was
and remind
already
yourself
testing.
of the principles by which the polis is governed.
Is that close? Yes. And that's going to give us this hint. By clicking the buttons below the minimap, you can change the game speed. Okay, so pause, normal speed, extra quick, sure. At the bottom of the screen, you will find 7 buttons corresponding to building categories. To construct a building, open the building panel of the relevant category and select a building from the list. You can rotate the building to align its entrance with a road. To do this, press R while building. For residential buildings, you can change their appearance by middle mouse buttoning. I've been told to build an agora. Now, I don't know where we want to put this. Also, it feels weird that we can't go further that way. What if we face the other way? No, the mountains are impassable. The graphics looks okay. Mostly I was drawn in by the orange roofs. The orange roofs were like, Caesar?
We distributed food to the people and checked what resources we have left. It's bad, even worse than I initially assumed. The worst part is that after such a storm, we're probably written off as lost, so we can't expect help from outside. Right now, what we need most is shelter and food. We have to survive and be ready to help others who might have also made it through this nightmare. The main task is going to take longer than we thought.
Citizens and population. You can view the size and status of each social group's population on the top bar. Thetes. Adult, children, workers, homeless. Everyone is a homeless adult. Sick. Furious, work efficiency, taxes, quality of life, and something else. Sure. Build Thetes cottage. Build a fisherman hut or hunting lodge. Okay. This costs 60 coin, 1 wood, and 2 stone. Sure, and Where is the food gathering? Here we go. Fisherman hut. Hunting lodge. How weird. Why is this less? Is less good? Is less bad? For now, let's chuck you... there. And let's assume that it wants a road. Agora and warehouses serve as logistical centers for your polis, and warehouse workers are responsible for transporting resources between buildings. Each produced resource must be collected by a worker and delivered to a warehouse before it can be used. Ensure that each production building is located within an appropriate range of the Agora or the warehouse. Otherwise, resource transportation may experience delays. Don't use extremely long, janky roads at a long distance. Do put things close together, says the little picture. Oh. Well, that'll do for now. Presumably. Well, let's circle this thing with a road. Why not? How much road do we need? We have no idea. But circling this with a road doesn't sound like a terrible idea. It reaches here, and then we wanted what? Some houses. 8 of them. Zero workers capacity. It has some meat and some fish. Meat is different than fish? Meat is different than fish. Meat, fish, wood, stone. Well, they have a nice, fairly consistent art style on these. Better than World of Turtles had with its inconsistent art style. What are all these little... Maybe it's trying to indicate where it thinks I should build houses? Ah, and there's different style of house, as it said.
At last, our people no longer need to spend their nights in the Agora, and the sight of growing food supplies has eased their anxiety.
Despite the fact that I haven't unpaused.
Now, we have to make sure that the first buildings we erected here are not the last. To achieve this, we require basic building materials. Let us construct more production buildings and ensure that warehouse workers in the Agora or warehouses have the best access to them.
Every production building has requirements that must be met for resource production to be possible. By clicking on the building and selecting the General tab, you can check the building's requirements and track the progress of production. If needed, you can suspend the operation of a production building. This will stop its costs and release workers. To pause or resume building operation, press the button located in the top bar of the panel of the production progress. Sure. Build a woodcutter. Build a quarry. Sure thing. mean, the woodcutter can go next to this, because they both need forest. No? It kind of says it wants to be here? For some... Oh, that's how far away it is from the... Okay, this 100% was how good is it going to be able to get its goods to the marketplace? Well, 96 is pretty good.
I know
That seems
we've just
reasonable.
gotten back on our feet and stop being afraid of tomorrow, but we mustn't forget our purpose here. It's high time to start laying the foundation for a theater that will become the envy of all surrounding Paulice. Even such a symbolic gesture will give people a glimmer of hope that all is not lost yet.
Economies and taxes. The main source for funding is the drachmas paid in taxes by citizens. The higher a population, the more that you will be regularly deposited into your treasury. On the other hand, buildings and units increase the expenditure level of your polis, which is covered by drachmas from the treasury. You can view income and expenses of your polis by hovering over the appropriate section of the top bar. Depending on your needs, you can increase or decrease tax rates paid by different social groups. This directly affects the happiness level of the group, which in turn affects their efficiency. To change tax rates, click on any residential building belonging to a member of that social group and move the tax slider left or right. And it looks like it's a 5-point like scale. Yeah. Foundations of an architectural... Hello again, Salar. I already had said hello, but yes, hello again. Designate the location for the construction of the theatre. Begin stage 1 theatre construction. Is that a service? Yes. It's a big boy. Oh, it has levels. So this is like the monument system in Pharaoh / the Chinese, not Caesar, and the Augustus mod for Caesar 3. So you supply set stuff and then it progresses up levels. Now I really don't like that system. Oh yeah, it's behind me. Yeah, that's true. But I can't really live anywhere terribly happily. Like if I live here, I'm on top of the text. I suppose chat could live. Chat could live down there, maybe. But yes, this system. This looks like it's going to be like the monument system. And I'm not not the biggest fan of that system. I find it slow, tedious, and boring. But we'll see if they do a better job of selling me on it than the Caesar likes. Oh, so this was telling us how much was in range. And the monuments in EU4? At least the monuments in EU4 have a button to get them done like that. But yes, I don't like those either. Ridiculous. Okay, wood is infinite. Meat from forest hunting is infinite. But stone is not.
Our future here is finally set on the right track. People are delighted to hear that, despite all adversities, they can contribute to the construction of a wonderful building.
Good day, Gurkha.
But we have a long way to go to win their hearts and ensure their loyalty. Maybe some wine in clay jugs will do the trick.
I mean, so far we haven't had to provide our people with water.
Work seems to go faster. Let us consider extracting clay from nearby deposits and processing it.
We are literally just doing the build your first town tutorial, Gurkha. We'll probably get there eventually. We've had move camera, pause and start time. This is how you click to build a building. Here is what your population is. Here is assigning them to or turning on and off jobs. Here's a warehouse. I don't remember that one. Oh yes, put your marketplaces and warehouses near the things that produce them. Here's how you can turn off a workplace. Here's how you get income. And here is looking at the other resources. We are still very, very, very early on in the tutorial. Now, what was this? Build a clay pit and a ceramics workshop. Sure. I wonder what these are. Ah, these might be different tiers. Yeah, I think these are going to be different tiers. Okay. House, road. Now what we're doing. What the hell is a noria? A water wheel responsible for irrigating the fields. In sun-scorched areas, only noria can provide cultivated fields with proper access to water. Okay, clay pit. Does this need a thing? Like... Is that resource clay? That resource clay? I don't know what that resource that the minimap is showing as being here is. Maybe it's iron for later. I'd pay that it's iron. Or maybe copper. Bronze. Ooh, and wine. Well, let's assume it can exist near the stone happily. And yet it can't. It says it's not happy. Why? Yeah, here we go. It needs to be... So this is clay. It was clay. Fair enough. So I kind of built in a... not the best place for having easy access to clay. And it's weird that one of the clay seems to be off in the sea. So you were probably intended to start building... Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we've been told to build clay, so we obey. We get a road out to there. And then we build a warehouse next to it so that it can actually deliver the clay back. Yeah. I'm sure people will start existing in it. Okay, and a ceramics workshop. Requires clay, produces ceramics. So it might as well be out here with the... Why does it have two sides that face road? And why can't I place it down? Oh, because I need to wait for one more wood to come in. Fair enough. It's that I don't have the resources. So let some time pass. Looks like maybe we need some more houses as well. I mean, these ones I can accept they're not working because people haven't gotten here yet. But this was working before. Why isn't it now? It feels like things have frozen? It very much feels like everything has frozen. No, these places have 6 of 6. This has full workers. This has full workers. Well, there we go. Now it's working again. Maybe they take the weekends off? Because things are working again. At the moment we're saying no more than one person here. I genuinely wish I understood Yoga. Like, either these should be working all the time, or maybe there's some sort of day-night cycle that isn't shown. And, like, we had just been going through the night when people don't work. Maybe I should turn down taxes? That should double their work efficiency. They're quite happy now that they're not being taxed. Well, happier. We can afford to run a deficit for a while. Refugees from distant lands have arrived in our polis. They say their homes have been burned by invaders, and now they wander the world seeking a new home. We could accept them, but our people might not be pleased with this decision. Remember, news spreads quickly, and the refugees we accept now may not be the last seeking shelter. Yeah, sure, why not? More workers. Except everyone's really, really grumpy. Quality of life minus 100. Work efficiency is 0. No wine. There's no wine because I can't build the ceramics workshop yet. Because none of them will work because there's no wine. And this is with no... Well, if that's the case, if you're gonna be at 0% anyway, I might as well tax you. That is a lot of homeless people. How temporary is temporary? I mean, now they're all gonna starve to death because no one's working making food because they're unhappy. It genuinely looks like it's going to force us to restart the tutorial. If nothing else, this suggests some balance changes. It shouldn't reduce to 0, right? The fact that if you get to 0, everyone will stop working. Or maybe it should take more time to hit 0. But I've literally done exactly what it said. As soon as it said it, I wasn't running the game for like hours and hours unpaused in an unbalanced economy. And yet everything has ground to a halt with how they have balanced their labor and happiness system. Like, we haven't even been given access to services to provide people to give them quality of life yet. Okay, no, we're going to have to restart the actual tutorial. Wow. Wow.
The island is already visible on the horizon. Unfortunately, we lost many people. We dismantled the damaged ships. Though in the archives,
Yeah, I don't care.
You can seek guidance and remind yourself of the principles by which the polis is governed.
No, go away.
We distributed food to the people and checked what resources we have left. It's bad, even worse. The worst part is that after such a storm, right now what we need most is shelter.
Build cottages, build hut or hunting lodge. Well, last time only one was certainly not good enough. So let's look at both. Okay. Fish. Hunting lodge. I don't know why it really doesn't like building the roads in certain directions sometimes, but whatever. Alright, and then 8 houses.
At last, our people no longer need to spend their nights in the Agora, and the sight of growing food supplies has eased their anxiety about the future. Now, we have to make sure that the first buildings we erected here are not the last. To achieve this, we require basic building materials. Let us construct more production buildings and ensure that warehouse...
Shut up. Make a woodcutter's house and a quarry, sure. Woodcutter. Quarry.
I know we've just gotten back on our feet and stopped being afraid of tomorrow. We mustn't forget our purpose here. It's how...
Here's how you set taxes. The fisherman's hut went in the forest? No. Hunting lodge, forest, fisherman hut, near water. Wait, what? Oh, it's also a hunting lodge. Well, we have 2 hunting lodges. There. Now, people definitely shouldn't be able to complain about not having food. Hello, doggo.
Our future here is finally set on the right track.
Yep, it's just the same. Clay pit and ceramics workshop. Okay, this time we're at least right next to the clay pit. But I still don't know that I understand how we're meant to position the other thing, and I need to let time pass so that the wood cutting actually happens. Already people are angry, though. Let's untax them. We need 4 wood and 1 clay. Ah, does that number tell you how much is stored inside the building? Yes, it does. I don't think we need this many people moving goods around. Try and force them into other jobs. Yeah, one person here is successfully transporting all of these goods. Does it overflow, or does it stop filling up is the next question. Well, it got emptied before then, so we don't get to know. Look, I really want the fishing to have the next people's jobs. There we go. One more. So it also feels like there needs to be some sort of prioritization system, at least for the moment because we don't have enough people. with regards to, like, I want food get to be more important than quarry or wood chop. I don't think... I mean, we want more workers, Solar, but... that means we need more housing. To house our homeless. I don't know that homeless can work. Yeah. Those extra houses created more working people. I don't want that running. I want everything else running rather than that. Now, if there are spare people, they can do that. And we still need 3 more houses worth of housing. So why isn't this allowed? Because we need 1 more stone. Fair enough, we can wait for 1 more stone. It looks like this now is aggregating. Like, we are now producing more than we're moving around successfully. I'm willing to drop that right back. I don't need clay production to be quick. We do want the other goods to get delivered. Hello, little cart man. Okay, so they can pick up more than 1 at a time. Right, both of these had like 6 and 7, and then the cart man went to it and it picked up like 5 or 6. So I was underestimating how good the cart people is. No, there is a certain limit per workplace. You can't just, like, put infinite people inside one woodcutter. There we go. And now we even have spare housing. Okay. Right, 10 fish. And then Mr. Cartman. Hey, come on, you're meant to send Mr. Cartman to the fishing place. Chop chop. That's what I thought this guy was. Except that he keeps going to the hunting lodge. Maybe this was outside of the range of this. I don't really want to have to build a warehouse there. Yeah, this might be slightly too far away. And yet... No, there we go. And he steals all 10 fish in his little cart. He does move along in a very, like, I'm sliding along the floor kind of way. And there was fish to everyone, for everyone to eat again. Okay, and this time we can afford to make the ceramics workshop? Yes.
We are claiming more and more land on this island. Soon we will plant the first vineyards, irrigate them, and enjoy the first jug of the gods' drink. Before that, however, we need to make sure our warehouse workers in the Agora get all the help they need. Efficient logistics, including roads, markets, and warehouses, is the foundation of a thriving economy.
The happiness of each social group in your polis affects their work efficiency. Yeah, no shit. We had to restart the tutorial because of it. When it drops to drastically low levels, citizens may rebel and stop working or start riots. You can view the level of happiness for each social group in the population panel by hovering over the corresponding section in the top bar and clicking on their residential buildings. To increase happiness, provide them with goods and services. You can view the type and condition of goods required by citizens, this would have been nice to know before, by clicking on any residential building that belongs to them. The higher the social level of the group, the more goods they require. Not providing them leads to a drop in happiness. So these guys need food, fish, meat, wine. No, I can't afford the unhappiness. So far we do have fish and meat, but what about wine? Build a grapevine plantation. Build a grapevine field. Build a noria and a winery. I mean, I see grapevine plantation, but what is grapevine field? Also, why isn't it allowed here? Because it costs some resource that I don't have. and I don't know what that resource is. It might have been ceramics? Okay, we gotta wait for one ceramics to be built. Fair enough, then. Let time proceed, and let this produce and get collected. We did! We failed the tutorial! Everyone was critically unhappy, starving, wouldn't work. They wouldn't even work to go hunt food so that they wouldn't starve. Oh, this lets you set what things you want to view on the bar. Which seems kind of pointless because you can... Like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 goods, but there's 12 slots. Maybe there's going to be more goods later. Yeah, customizable resource bar is nice. Anyway, we have our one ceramic, so let's pause and look at making our grapevine plantation. Cultivated fields that are not within range of a Noria will decay and wither and die. To prevent this, make sure that the Noria's range covers all cultivated fields. So first we need to give you a road. Oh, this tells you where you can make... Okay. And what about the Noria thing? So something like there? So this looks very much like a well from Caesar, except you need to build wells not for people, but for plants. And it's like a water wheel full of jugs. Yeah, it's a water wheel of jugs. Anyway, let's build our... We're told to build 6. Done. And then to build a grape squasher. We need 50 workers to be allowed to unlock this building. So we boned ourselves by not accepting those people, maybe? Look, water wheel full of jugs. It is, look. It's a wheel, and it's full of jugs. And it's just going around in a circle in a way that would not actually achieve anything. I suppose what it's supposed to be doing is moving water from this downhill, but eh. Ooh, our people have been breeding? Yeah, okay, I need to build some more housing then. Alright. Maybe? Or maybe they're just... Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 by 3. So that's 20 by 3 minus 3. So 60 minus 9, 51. We can handle 51 people. Yeah, that number just went up, right? That was... Yeah, children. Okay, so... We want this number to keep heading up. We need a couple more houses. The jugs are angled. I mean, they appear to be... To me, those jugs appear to be tangential to the circle. Ah, and this has capacities. So we're almost at meat capacity. They are not? What? That looks tangential to the circle, Solar. Right? It's here. And it's in line with the tangent to the circle at that point. It's a very slight angle. I'm unconvinced. Okay, you're allowed as many workers as you want now. So it kind of feels like we need a second fishing spot. Fish is not being supplied well enough. Okay, and our population has expanded to 50. We should be allowed to make our grape squasher.
People adore you. They owe you both their lives and their future. They expect you to resume building the theater and make this place the cradle of our culture, so they can share in its splendor. The bad news is, we are currently lacking tools to continue. However, there is a solution. Let us start developing a port project. After finishing, we will be able to send the message of our survival to our home polis and establish new trade routes.
There's a tech tree. Through technology, you can start the development of more efficient resource gathering methods or unlock more advanced buildings. To access the technology panel, use the technology button in the upper right corner of the screen or press T. Technologies are organized in the form of trees. To unlock more advanced technologies, first research all of those that come before them. Research the technology maritime trade.
Here you can choose which buildings and technologies you want me to research to enhance the level of scientific advancement in our polis.
We were told to do maritime trade. Rip our money. Let's tax people a little bit higher. The people that we rejected are now grumpy and coming back. What does that even mean? There are some warriors? I was maybe supposed to get up to military by now? How do we build prefects? And lion tamers? They don't seem to actually be doing anything, though. They're just sort of standing here and being grumpy. Your people couldn't stop the enemy. The raiders took your goods and fled with them. Most of your people have survived the raid, but they are scared that they may end up in the underworld. Your agora has been robbed. 39 gold, 1 ceramic, 2... Oh yes, they're coming and stealing our clay. What a terrible fate. Whatever will I do without my clay? Stealing the money is a bit more of a hassle. Yeah, we definitely needed the second fishing thing. And how is the wine press going? Yeah, so these, like, orange roofs that clearly totally not at all anything like what you see in Caesar are what caught my eye for the game. I saw orange roofs and I was like, yes! Smash the yes button. We will check out the game. Okay, so this takes a pottery and a grape, and it turns it into wine? No. We continue to not accept the people. Build a harbour and acquire tools. Okay, so maritime trade has now been researched. How do we get tools? Stone roads, bigger warehouses. How do we get tools? We'll never know. Here we go, harbour. Wherever you look, there are always several merchant ships on the horizon. The harbour opens your polis to visits from traders, from whom you can buy and sell various goods. But it needs a huge amount of starting money. A colossal amount of starting money. That said, taxes are now that we are no longer tax reliefing everyone. Yeah, people are increasingly happy with how much wine they have access to. Look, they're happy even though they've got normal taxes to pay. There's a surplus of fish. What isn't to like? Speed up, wait till we can build this harbour. It's 2 more arbitrary time units whenever taxes get paid. Yeah, the Hippotis... I mean, we already have access to soldiers if I wanted them, Vama. We have basic barracks man and basic archery man. But considering how little damage the enemy soldiers did, I'd rather get on with doing what the tutorial wants me to do than getting sidetracked building a military. But my clay... Yes, they're gonna make off like kings, stealing all our clay. Look at all this. 20 spare clay. Even wine is going up. Although meat appears to be potentially going down. I might need to make a second hunting lodge. Anyway, we got enough money, let's build the thing we're supposed to build. So, here, harbour. The harbour is huge. And it has the Caesar problem of needing to be built on a completely flat section of land. That's slightly annoying. Right, I can't build it where this coast zigzags a little. That's not acceptable, it says. Through trade, you can buy resources you need and sell excess resources. To select resources for purchase or sale, choose them from the list on the left-hand side of the trade panel. For each selected resource, set the slider to determine the threshold at which it will be bought or above which it will be sold. When a trade ship arrives, it will exchange goods automatically.
Trade is the fastest way to get rid of excess resources and acquire those that you are currently in need of.
Okay. Sell up to... No, I want the other. I want sell. Can I please read that hint again? Or above which resources will be sold. So if I set this to 10, it should sell resources? Let us see. And then acquire tools. So I think that wants us to trade for tools. Yes. That's going to cost us 300 gold. There we go. So sell clay. But buy tools. Yes, do that.
You did an outstanding job. The theater was meant to be the main attraction that would draw other people.
We've traded with money that we don't have. We're at negative 77 money.
At our colony, making it an important transport hub on sea routes. I can't wait for the day when we finally raise this grand.
Loans incoming. fine. Our clay pit will produce some more clay. And then the next boat that comes in, we won't have spent any tools, and it will sell some more clay. Happiness with wine provision continues to raise, to the point where I could even conceptually maybe tax our people even higher, but eh. Yeah, here's the next one, right? But actually, we don't actually have the clay. Why? I was kind of hoping to sell more. It's no big deal, we can wait a little bit longer. We need 600. So you know what? Sell excess meat. Sell excess fish. Oh. Cheers, Domain. Thank you, mate. I hope you're having a lovely day. Sell excess stone. I don't know, 20? Sell excess log. Yeah, there we go. All those resources excess sold. Money in. And then it's like either one more visit from these guys or a couple of ticks, whatever the ticks are, of tax, and we can click the button for level 2 theatre. I could also consider selling off the ceramics, because we're producing an excess of ceramics. So sure, why not? Do!
Every treasure needs to be defended. For many of our people, this piece of land is like a dreamy paradise. A paradise we cannot afford to lose. While I hope we will never be forced to take up arms, something tells me that we had better start...
Here's the military system introduction. Recruitment and military units. In order to recruit military units, you need a recruitment building. Barracks, make infantry. Archery ranges, money, or give it to the people. I'll take the money myself. Archery lets you make ranged. Open the military panel. Click the button located in the left of the building categories, or press Tab. I mean, I'm pressing Tab and Nothing's happening. Tab, 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 tab. These are right-clickable to make them go away. Okay, it probably doesn't let you click that button or open the thing with tab until you have a military building of some kind. So what do we want first? Archers or barracks? It is every citizen's duty to protect the polis, and your task is to provide them with the appropriate equipment. In the barracks, you can train melee units. Or, sharp eyes and agile fingers are invaluable during battle. Here you can train ranged units. Let's put the military right next to the harbour.
An enemy ship is on the horizon, and fishermen say the sound of battle songs is traveling across the calm sea, reaching all the way to the shore.
Enemy raids. Danger looms on the horizon. Fishermen have spotted enemy ships approaching. And the ominous black sail leaves no doubt about the intentions of its crew. We must act swiftly, prepare the army for battle, and consider a defensive strategy. But I haven't even had time to... Okay, 2 archers. I have no idea how this works. After creating a troop, you can start recruiting units. To move a troop, select it by clicking the troop button at the top of the military panel, or by clicking directly on an army unit within the troop. After selecting a troop, right-click on the location you want to send it. Your warriors will automatically engage in combat with enemy troops within their range. Now please, how do I... Thank you. Oh, here. Slinger, slinger, slinger. But then we're too poor. And here's the baddies. They've got a Kraken flag. They couldn't conveniently, like, get smushed against the rocks.
Don't even think
They could
about
not.
negotiations. These people are not eager to talk. The time has come to grab weapons and face the invaders.
I don't think our 3 slingers are gonna beat... 2.5 slingers are gonna beat... 7 real people, but okay. Yeah, they just get slaughtered. They kill all the slingers, and then they're gonna steal our precious clay.
out to be trained warriors. Our people had no chance against them.
Oh no!
The enemies
Not
were
our 2 fish,
our
and 1 stone,
They
and 1
robbed
wood.
us and left. But next time, we might not be so lucky. After such adventures, we
Right, those
transitioned to
raiders
continue working on
stole
the field
far,
before.
far less resources than it cost to build the 3 slingers to ineffectively attempt to repel them.
Despite the recent
It
sacrifice,
genuinely seems like
will
letting
stand
invaders
against
just
them
take your
invaders
stuff
again.
is
Airy
the thing to
honoring
do.
the god of war will be perfect as an additional place for training and entertainment.
Service buildings provide one of 3 service types: entertainment, culture, or fate, thereby increasing the happiness of citizens residing within their range. In the case of overlapping areas of effect, happiness bonuses from the same type of service do not stack. The higher the social class, the more advanced service building required to achieve the same level of happiness bonus. Sure. Research Technology Ares Square. So I can't do that until I have efficient wood chop. And we're gonna need... It looks like we're gonna need a warehouse. Because the marketplace by itself can't store enough. But I need to wait for more money. Did the citizens do anything? They work workplaces. They occupy housing, and the housing demands goods based on what category they are. And they actually do the running around, right? So these 3... I can see the 3 people working this workplace, and it's drawing the little lines to them and showing me where they are. So at the moment, this guy is going to the wood chopper here, and then he's going to come back with a cart full of wood. He's emptied the wood building's personal storage and is now bringing the wood to the central marketplace to distribute where it's wanted. Yeah, there is logistics. But you don't really have much direct control over it, Emmy. The logistics happen in a automated way. You aren't manually saying, I want you to move these goods from here to here. It just does it. Goods automatically get moved out of where they are produced and into warehouses / marketplaces. I think that's saying that there's no more stone in range of this thing. Logistics City Skylines. Yes. So I should probably not sell stone then, because that's not a renewable resource. And then maybe arguably the same with the clay. I don't know if the clay pits exhaust as well. There. We've replaced our stone get with over here. The Wrath of Poseidon. The oracles claim that the turbulent seas are a sign of Poseidon's wrath. Venturing out to sea may not be the best idea at the moment. On the other hand, we need a steady supply of fresh fish. Sure, don't go to sea for a little bit. I think we've got enough stored up fish. $500 money. Sure, we can wait a little bit. Now, what was I doing? I was waiting to build a warehouse because we need to store more than we can to do the final level of this thing. Okay, and it looks like every warehouse increases global storage maximum capacity by about 5. Maybe that was 10. But it's definitely increased it, so now we can store enough to do this. Which also means that potentially I want to turn this up to like 30. Never sell clay anymore. Never sell pottery. Only sell renewable resources. Now, does this building need workers? No, it just magically does it. The dock does not need workers. And speed up until we have our 500 schmackers. To research this thing that it wants us to research. Watch wrestling as a form of entertainment for your citizens. Design an arena where athletes can publicly compete in honor of Ares and for the enjoyment of the crowds. Five more tax cycles. No, it looks like clay is endless, because this says endless. Whereas this has a number telling us how many it's eating in the local area. So I guess I will allow the sale of spare ceramics then. Cheers, Cal. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, for those of you just joining, we are checking out the... It's functionally a demo. It's a demo for the full game, but we are checking out the full game of Builders of Greece, Prologue, which is really the demo for the actual just Builders of Greece. Well, we were in debt a little bit ago, Kaladin. We discovered that the trading system lets you spend money you don't have to trade for resources, which is potentially exploitable. I don't know why they'd sell you goods if it puts you into negative money. We have the money now to start researching the thing they want us to research, and then we can build a rustling stadium. That got fully full of clay before. That's fine. So yes, we're working our way through the tutorial. We managed to fail the tutorial. Everyone got really angry and refused to work, to the point where they wouldn't even work to get themselves food so they wouldn't starve to death. Yes, we didn't get wine production up quickly enough, and everyone was grumpy. Wah, wah, there's no wine, we refuse to work, wah. One system has a problem. Time to shut down all the other systems so that you have no hope of fixing it. Come on, finish. Well, let's continue with the tutorial. Yeah. This does not seem worth. The only nice thing it does is chew up excess unemployed people. Everyone's going to start getting grumpy now that there's no fish. It would be nice if that "we're not allowed to fish" event would stop. So that should sell off a little bit of meat and a little bit of wood. Although somehow a tool has gotten used? How? How has a tool gotten used? Did they decay? Was it stolen? I do not understand. Nonsense. Chalky milk is the best drink. We have two more. And we need to save up for the wrestling stadium. Does chalky milk wake you up? Yes, it does, because it's sugary. Gives you a sugar hit. Oh, it looks like fishing has turned back on. Good, good, good. Also looks like I could sell that, but I don't really want to. Because stone seems to be a finite resource. I'd rather only sell infinite resources. Now, if people are happy enough, what if we jack up the tax rate? Hot chocky is great if it's cold. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, we have a full army, in theory. We need to wait, and then click this. And build our wrestling thing. Refugees, absolutely not. And if you want to fight us, this time we are, in theory, ready. We have one unemployed person. And it looks like we're reaching the storage capacity for wine. Yeah. So we could consider adding wine export. Wine is a lot more expensive in export than everything else. So how about we don't export ceramics then and export things in the form of wine? Up value our exports. It is nice the way that the sun's reflection moves as you rotate. Suggests that there is an actual physical location for the sun that is moving as the camera moves, or reflecting appropriately as the camera moves. Gonna make absolute huge money on our wine sales. Cha-ching. That's enough to build our wrestling thing, so let's go have a look at that. Ares Square. Ah, but it's not going to touch everyone. So I should demolish this house. You know what? We'll build some new houses so that they aren't so grumpy when I explode this one. Thank you. And replace it with a wrestling. I can't? Why not? Because I need more money. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't really like radius systems like this. The walker system has its faults, but
our army
this system does as well.
Any challenges, and the people have never been happier. The time has come to fulfill our purpose here. Once the theater graces this land with its towering presence, we will open
so
our
what does this
arms
do?
to
It
embrace
converts
the finest
wine into
all those who thirst
blobber
for
victory symbols. It converts wine into them. But with a torch instead of blobbers. So we need to save up $1,000 dues, you say? On the other hand, we only need to keep 20 wood. I think I have to wait for the... What's this saying? What does this icon here mean? There's been unrest in a part of the polis. Strangers who you didn't let in have returned and have started attacking our citizens. Well, this time we're ready to fight you. So grab them. How did we move you again? Like that. The Borlang Bobcats? We have a homeless person now, supposedly. Bloody slingers take too long to get anywhere. They all get slaughtered. They cost so much money as well, right? 14, 14. No, if the baddies come here, all they do is steal a tiny amount of money and a tiny amount of resources. Oh no. 50 drachma. The resources they stole were, like, less than one unit's worth of resources, right? The cost to build one new unit is far, far greater than the resources they just stole. It wouldn't be so bad if the enemies didn't, like, appear quite so close to the city. But because they appear so close and your units take so long to walk around, Like, the slingers couldn't even get to the other side of the city before the baddies were already in the city. You have to engage... Yeah, they were already... Like, the baddies... The instant that the event triggered, the baddies start running towards your marketplace. So, yes. Then they would have finished already raiding by the time you do anything about it, Halanet. Also, it looked like they run over to your military building anyway. Like, they may run here, then here. We have not seen wall, nor indication that there will be wall. I don't think there will be. There might be, but it doesn't look like it so far. Maybe it's a later tech that we don't know about. Wait, is this eating our wine? No, I don't want your refugees. No, it eats one wine at a time. Okay, that's not so bad. Yeah, well, let's tax at an exorbitant rate. So we need to save up $1,000 dues. Yeah, we've streamed a lot of Caesar, Halanet. Lots and lots and lots and lots. You want to check out more? Check it out on the YouTube. There is probably 20-ish Caesar 3 custom maps we've played through, as well as the campaign. The campaign like 2 or 3 times. I think even once in Augustus, but... bleh. Bleh. Distinctly remember playing that English map and finishing the whole, like, finishing the level quicker than it took to build a Colosseum. And just like that, absolutely solidifying my dislike of the monument system. There are some things that Augustus does that are really quite nice. Being able to see where the walkers are going to go when you're hovering a building is extremely convenient. Extremely, extremely, extremely. But a lot of the other things that they change I don't like. Global labor, even though that's an option, and yes, you can turn it off. Stupid things like when I played, warehouses needed doctors, or else the iron in the warehouse would get sick. The jug of wine would get sick if it wasn't tended by a doctor regularly. Arbitrarily buffing food cart pushers to like 5 times their normal strength. Yes. Natives will buy whichever resource is leftmost in the trade system, as quickly as they can, which is determined by how far they have to move their little wheelbarrow man between their house and where you store the thing that they're buying. So if you build a warehouse right next to their hut that stores the thing they want to buy, they will just basically go do and buy lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of it, generating you buckets of denarii. I mean, maybe for, like, in the modern setting, Sergeant Cookie, but how's a stack of marble going to go off? How's a pile of weapons going to go off? And it's not like it's modern day where, you could, like... You could kind of claim that for food storage, maybe there's something there. That, like, the doctor is not being a doctor, they're being, like, a rat catcher or something else to make sure that the vines and the wheat and the whatever else foodstuffs you're storing in the warehouse is sensible. The acid rain degrades the marble. Refugee raid, we don't care. In fact, we might have the money to click this right now. Done. New baddies, they raid us, we choose not to care. Because we clicked the finish tutorial button. Yeah, there's higher tiers of citizens. We just have the basic level so far. So, oh no, they steal a little bit of money. Let's turn down taxes again. Theatre level 3 is getting built. I mean, we haven't seen the higher tier citizens other than that they demand more food. It described them as needing more services and goods, which sounds like Caesar.
In the beginning, we had a few ships and a handful of people able to work. The storm took almost
Congratulations on completing the prologue version of Builders of Greece. We hope you enjoyed your experience and had a taste of what the game had to offer. Polishing and adjusting this is a difficult task, and we appreciate it if you could provide feedback about your experience. This will not only help us improve it and make it more enjoyable, but also learn more about your amazing ideas and suggestions. You can continue the game and develop your polis. Thank you for playing. We hope to see you in the full version of the game.
Capable of fending off enemies. The thought about going back doesn't even cross people's minds. And you share this feeling. From today, this will be our new home.
That was certainly the tutorial. Yeah, it looks like those things aren't unlocked at the moment. And it's not just because we don't have 2 of them. It looks like it's because that is all that there is in the demo. Which claims to be a full and separate game, but it's really functionally the demo for the full version of the game coming out later. Okay. That was alright, aside from not understanding that everyone would get really grumpy at the start and stop working, which my suggestion to them would be maybe have this drop down to 10% at the lowest rather than 0 when people are grumpy. Otherwise, you get into a complete collapse spiral that is irrecoverable. Like, you want things to be recoverable even if they are hugely painful. Otherwise, this seems fine. I kind of would like a water system as well, other than watering the crops. People need to drink, but... Alright then. Oh, we will keep an eye out for this moving forwards. I certainly love the orange roofs. I'm a sucker for the orange roofs. This turns wine ever so slowly into theatre masks. Alright. Peace.